Hello there, everybody. Welcome to the next part of my Guild Wars 1 Prophecies playthrough. Got a bit longer, I think, than last time, but you know, we'll keep it as it is. In this part, we're going to be doing the Great Northern Wall mission. It's going to be our first mission after we completed the Searing of Ascalon that took us out of pre-Searing Ascalon, the tutorial zone, and into the main game. I won't be able to make use of that one due to the costs. I'm just trying to see which ones I might be able to make use of, but it looks like unfortunately the items I have are all for classes that I am not a part of. I'm going to keep this here to try and make it so I don't accidentally sell important stuff like an identification kit or that kind of thing. So we'll go. I want to buy an extra salvage kit, so I'm going to real quick just get 100 gold out of my bank here. I did deposit some money here too from this character, and I'll just withdraw I'll just do 100 gold. Withdraw, and then I want to get the extra salvage kit. That way I can start getting more stuff. It doesn't have more. It doesn't have more charges, but what it does have is a higher chance of getting better items. Like more than just common stuff, I can get rarer items too. Let's get our henchmen. There we go, we're ready to go. We'll enter the mission. For this one, I'm going to try doing the bonus things too. So it's going to be a lot of exploring and running around. So we do get to that. During when there's cutscenes, I'll like zip it as best I can. So that way we can just enjoy the cutscenes. Captain Callahan. We fear the charred General Bonefaz Birdfur, blah blah blah. Head north into enemy territory and find out what that mangy beast has planned. Sounds good to me, Capitan. I believe it says our objective. Yeah, it has objectives up here. Search north of the wall to find the Char army and report our findings to Captain Callahan. I don't really remember the I'll remember the bonus when we get a little bit further along. We'll kind of fit, and but I don't exactly remember what it is. Over here, there's like these veterans who are just, here to hold against the enemy that just happened to spawn here as we're leaving. Yeah. See, we still get common stuff, unfortunately. Nothing you can do about that, but not the end of the world. Maybe what I'll do is I'll buy an expert and a normal salvage kit for like, and see if that helps out. But yeah, usually I try to salvage everything, because that way when I start crafting higher level items, I immediately have all that I need from there. There we go, that one's dead to magic damage. This one is going to die to, let's do clumsiness. Then you can see clumsiness just activated there, because you can see the 32 damage that comes from it. Surprised that guy took a moment for him to die there. Oh wait, is there more enemies I just missed? Oh yeah, there was more enemies that I missed. There's a carrion devourer trying to attack our mage, so I'm just gonna start casting on him. I mean, we're both mages, but we both know I'm the better mage here. Until we get to the high levels in terms of in the game, the individual weaker enemies won't be all that much of a threat to me, because I'm level 8. Because, if you do a lot of side quests, you'll get high over leveled compared to low level stuff. I would be about the same level as these henchmen if I just went straight through, only did my secondary profession quest, did that first mission. If I only did that one, I'd be about the same level as these guys are, but because I chose because I went and did the side quest, I am over leveled. However, once we get to the level 20s, we start doing missions for level 20s, then I will no longer be over leveled, and I will have to deal with the consequences that brings. So I might not be able to stay on the front lines unless I get maybe during the anniversary event that should be happening in about, right now it's March 12th. As I record in this video, I think about a month and a half, about a month and a half at the end of April, there should be the anniversary event. Maybe what I'll do is I'll try and pick up the Chronomancer shield and for this guy, and hold it, and that way we can try and keep up this whole melee mesmer, or a bit more of a tanky mesmer. See how much fun that could be. Because it gives Mesmer a shield that basically, I think it's the stat is fast casting. The weakness of the fact that it doesn't have as much energy as, you know, taking a side, but you get more tankiness. So that could be kind of fun to do. A lot of the things that they got from, that they gave in the anniversary stuff last year is kind of based off of what they have in Guild Wars 2 a lot of the time. Like, like Mesmer, gets Chronomancer, Shield in Guild Wars 2. The Ranger gets a sword, well, they can use a sword in Guild Wars 2, but it's not their only weapon that they can use, so I'm using the wrong skill there. Looks like we haven't aggroed the boss, which is convenient. Die, Plague Devourer. Mwahaha. One thing I honestly will need to be careful of, because I'm not running with heroes like I do when I'm playing on my other characters. Because they, you know, they did Nightfall, they did Eye of the North, so they all have their heroes. I shouldn't go into battle with like not full mana, because I kind of go on the thing, oh, I can kill you guys anyways. But there are situations, especially later on, where if I charge into a big group and I don't have all of my mana, we're screwed. So I do need to be a bit careful about that. Oh, I can interrupt that. Wait, what? Oh, I didn't have enough energy. I was like, oh. So, Quaking Zephyr causes all skills to regenerate twice as quickly and cost more energy. That's actually probably why I did run out of energy. That's quicker than I expected. Yeah, we get to see the destruction of Ascalon, all these destroyed places. We would not be able to have seen this far. No, we would be able to see this area if we did more stuff in Post-Searing Ascalon, but most of that is just like little extra stuff, so you know, I wanted to keep going on the story. But maybe one day, if I make time to do my pre-searing character stuff, I can show you guys a bit of the the pre-searing, like higher level pre-searing stuff. Because there's quests that are not available, I think, until level 13 in pre-searing, until you have a character about that level. Specifically the Captain Langmore quests, that if you, I believe I talked to the NPC that says you have not yet proven yourself to Captain Langmore, so you cannot, so you're not allowed to, you know, talk to me yet. That part gets opened up, I believe, about level 13 in pre-searing. And like, and that's how you get to level 20 by doing those quests and exploring the pre-searing area. If I end up having time, I might try doing that, because that honestly sounds like fun. Because I've been wanting to do that for years, but I've never like just sat down and done it. I've like started the character, I've been pretty high level, but I kind of like lost the motivation to do it, so I never ended up finishing it. Man, I don't think it'd be kind of fun. Oh, we're being attacked from behind now. I thought for a moment that I was, but I was wrong. Bane Signet for the win. Get wrecked, mate. Oh, there's wreckage over here. I believe this wreckage has something to do with the side quest. I'm going to click it. Yes, it is. So, this is a side quest thing. I don't think it's popped up yet. But I think if I clicked all of this stuff, it should be part of the bonus event. That or it's extra. It says it's a quest item, though, so hopefully I'm not wrong. Ah, dang it, my target died just as about to cast Clumsiness. Even though it affects all areas around my target, if the initial target's dead, then, you know, it doesn't really work that way. Fortunately. You can only open chests like this if you have a key or if you have a lockpick. The specific key, which is like an Ascalonian key, or a lockpick which can open up any lock. I say any luck, but I think some of the, I believe some of the, what was I gonna say? But I believe some words, my brain's leaving me. I think some chests might require a specific key, no matter, even lockpick won't work on it. I could be wrong though. Over here, there's a big battle between the Grawl and the Gargoyles. So there's a boss Gargoyle over there. So I think what we're going to do, the Grawl seem outnumbered, so let's assist the Grawl and kill the Gargoyles first. I think that's the play here. you guys see here, the Grawl are slowly dying with or without our with or without our interference. So I think it was a good idea to focus on the gargoyles first. The hiccups, man. The hiccups are too strong for me. That was a nice interruption. Chaos Storm is a pretty good skill, so disrupting that is always nice. I'm gonna cast this on that guy to stop him from casting spells effectively. No, dude, I was relying on you to finish him. Why did you let him heal? You fool! Sometimes heroes can be idiotic. Well, it's not heroes, henchmen. And now there's only one Grawl, because we chose to intervene and assist. There's another wreckage over there. I'm going to keep going. Anytime I notice these wreckages, I'm going to go to it, because I'm like 90% sure that I'd have to come back and find them for the bonus. So let's go and grab them. Wreckage. Contestabreeze. It's Contestabreeze. Chris. I don't know how to pronounce it. I think it's French. Cupid. I can't pronounce it. I'm not giving it a try at this point. I give up on these damn romantic languages. As you say in Greek. Actually, I don't remember how to say French. Oh, I think it's that. So then Milao, Galenica. I think that's how you say French. I forget. It's been a while. It's been a little bit since, like, I took 2 semesters of Greek because I'm Greek and I want to learn how to speak it. But it's been almost a year since I did it, and while I live with my grandma, we don't really talk Greek to each other, you know. So I don't really have a lot of practice with class gone. So I kind of forget some like things that are like less used in class. And there's some things I remember, for example, is like how to count. I can count to 100. I can count to 100 pretty reliably. Though the only ones I forget is 70. I forget 70 for some reason. I don't know why. But it's like for some reason I just can't remember 70. Because one of the reasons why it's a regular, I get to an extent compared to the other ones. For example, 5 is Pende, and 50 is Peninda. Well, technically, I think Peninda, because that's kind of like the easy way for me to remember it. But technically, I think it's like more like Peninda. No, I think it's actually Peninda. But I don't have the best accents or anything like that when it comes to pronunciation of any language. Even English, I'm not the best at. Is that Firestorm hurting me? I'm not sure. I wanted to stop him from casting that on himself, so he wouldn't take damage. So here, let's see. Oh, more wreckage right there. Convenient. So his pauldrons. We don't have his pants, so hopefully he's not like naked, you know, completely, or else it would be a bit awkward for him. But yeah, I think this is the direction of the bonus. I think there's an NPC here who's like locked in jail that we free, and that's why we're getting all of his gear. I could be mistaken though, or maybe it's something to do with the ghost. It's been a while. I do see it. There is an NPC over here. There he is. So this one's the ghost. Okay. The other guys are something else. In life, I was known as the champion of Sirmia. In death, I am but a restless spirit. Please help me. The enchanted armor that sealed my tomb has been stolen. So I found some of your pieces. I found 3 out of 4 apparently. So there's one more. I think the next one's a little up ahead of where we are, if I remember correctly. But Sirmia, there's actually a mission that we will do soon. I don't think it's the next one. I think we have 2. I think we have another mission after this one before we get to that one. But we have a mission called Ruins of Sirmia, and I believe Sirmia was the old capital of Ascalon until the Char invasions restarted. I believe like the lore was you know, there was char battles before, but when they kind of kind of like all but disappeared, the humans began to push past the wall and start settling there and made a new capital past the wall. But when the Char invasions reinvigorated, I believe about 60 years before the current events of Guild Wars 1. Well, I say current events, but the events that we're currently at, I should say. There's technically the in-game lore, if you're telling like everything released, is technically further along than that. Where was I again? Oh, and so, but when the Char invasions redoubled, they immediately destroyed anything that was north of the wall, because they didn't have any real defenses north of the wall, because apparently they didn't figure out that you know, maybe if you build more than just one big ass wall, you might be able to defend yourself. I don't know. It sounds like a pretty basic idea of warfare. Building a wall around your city, not just have a wall next to your city. Usually pretty useful. There, that should be all 4 pieces of his armor now. So the last one should be able to go back and give it to him. But yeah, and then so they got defeated, and so Fearmy was destroyed, and Rin, which is south of the wall, became the new capital of Ascalon. And it still is at the current time of Guild War, at the current where we currently are. However, even though it's kind of funny, I do find it funny how the city called Ascalon City is not the capital. It's more of it was like more of the cultural hub of Ascalon rather than the capital. Though, admittedly, part of probably one of the reasons why it's also in the capital is that originally, I think I may have mentioned this before actually, but you know, Ascalon City was going to be called Kylo, not Ascalon, but they kind of, when they ended up releasing the game, they decided to keep it as Ascalon City instead, which was their placeholder name initially. Little facts and trivia to spice up this series. There we go. We've completed the bonus event. I don't think there's any more bonuses. I could be wrong though. And I think when we complete it, we should have like everything done nicely. I don't think there's a time limit or anything like that. And I'm not going to check up the guide or anything like that, because I kind of want to go off my own memory and just exploring. If I missed it, then maybe I'll try again some other time. Try again and see if we get the bonus done. The missions in Guild Wars 1 are actually pretty long, and like there's a lot to do in them. And I honestly appreciate that, because, you know, if it's like well, I can appreciate like in Guild Wars 2 where a lot of story instances are very short and most of it's done in the open world. I do appreciate like having these big open areas for the story to be done where I'm exploring. It takes more time. That means you have more investment. And honestly, one of the things I like about Guild Wars 1 is that when you die, you have to, like, in the later ones, they kind of go about the route that they did in Guild Wars 2, where you can actually respawn in the mission. But in Guild Wars 1, up until like for all of the default expansions that you pay for, when you die, you have to restart from the very beginning. There's no, there's no restarting, no like reviving yourself. If you completely wipe, you are sent back to the outpost and you have to start again. And because missions usually take a while, some of them are a bit shorter than others, but for the most part, missions are usually on the longer side. And so if you wipe at the very end because you made a mistake, you pulled a bad mob, you're punished by the game and you're sent back to the outpost. And I think, honestly, having that level of punishment is pretty important in a game when you're trying to when you're trying to like increase stakes. For example, if I come here and all I am is I can just press retry from checkpoint and I'm like 5 steps away from the enemy that killed me, then what's the challenge? You know, I just say, screw you, bucko. I'm the king now. What's the point of dying if you just respawn right next to you? Though there are some hilarious things in the open world. You do respawn in the open world when you're exploring from certain checkpoints, kind of things that are shrines to the gods. So if you fully party wipe, or you wipe and no one else can and you die and your henchmen don't have the ability to resurrect anybody, you automatically respawn there. But what ends up but can sometimes happen. This happened to me once by accident. Is I was doing a very hard mission on my ranger. I think a cutscene should be pop up, so I'm gonna finish this thought before I go into it. And what happened was I was like, there's like a lot of enemies. I charged in. I did die because I ended up pulling up more ads than I was prepared for. So I died. We respawned way back at the altar. We came back. We finally got to our destination. There's two directions you go, on the left side and the right side. I chose to go on like the left side, and so I was like slowly chewing through the ads there. Like I died a couple times, respawned, and had to run back all the way. But the enemies thankfully don't respawn in Guild Wars 1 in the instance. Unless you leave and come back. So I came back like really weakened because you have morale penalties, which means reduces your maximum health and energy. Really makes it harder to come back. You lose it by killing enemies, especially boss enemies too. What happened is I was there, I died because I went too far, and I accidentally pulled the mobs from the other direction. So they kind of jumped us and we died. But also what ended up happening hilariously is that I got close enough to the shrine that I didn't intend to do this. It automatically activated. So when we wiped, because we actually pulled too many ads, because controlling henchmen and pulling ads is a little bit harder than players. So what we died, we respawned in the middle of two or three groups, right on top of us. So we killed a couple of them, died, and then we respawned a few seconds later, killed a couple of them, died, and until eventually there's not enough of them to kill us again. So we eventually killed them. But it was absolutely hilarious how that happens sometimes. Oh, now we got a cutscene.
Invasion force. Captain Calhan was right. They've spotted us. Back to the wall.
We did not roll high enough on our stealth checks to not be spotted. So for this one, we cannot kill the Char. We're not strong enough. They just keep coming in waves endlessly. So we just have to run and hope they don't catch us. We don't have any movement skills, so we're just kind of running as fast as we can, just holding W and hoping we're not stopped. Because essentially what's going to happen. So run! Run for our lives! There's no hope for us. And the hope is that the henchmen who are slower than me because they're behind me, hopefully get killed and I do not. So we have to make it back in 3 minutes, or we fail and we have to restart the mission. A little bit of like punishment. Actual things if you fail. I love that about Guild Wars 1. I hate that Guild Wars 2 does not really have that at all. It's just like kind of lame. Oh, I failed. It was only minor setback. Here it's like, you failed. Now restart, sucker. I'm like, okay, that's fair. But here, if like the Char catches up to us, like if we're too slow, we die because they will kill us. If we're like too slow for whatever reason, maybe even if we kill them because maybe we're high level or something like that, we run out of time because they'll just keep coming at us. Yeah, it's just letting us know if any party member reaches Captain Calhan, we succeed. It doesn't have to be all of us. Don't mean I'm the only one who can make it there because I am the. Apparently, one of my heroes killed a carrion devourer before he died. Probably the mage or something like that. So we're just running as fast as we can. As there's a big wave of Char right behind us. Run! Oh no, they're gonna get the healer. Run, healer, run! What's kind of funny is I've actually done this mission. I was on my level 20 character with my heroes helping out a guildie like with a new character, and we were just hanging out talking while we played. And what ended up happening was it was like I just sat there at the beginning with the minion mancer and a healer while they ran, and I just basically killed all the Char because they're not high level. They're only level 6, but they're level 6 and you're level 8, and there's a crap ton of them. So they're a major threat, but if you're like level 20, you can just quite easily kill them yourself. But you can see even our defenses out here, they are not very strong. Though Not the best idea having a gate open on your wall, you know, just waiting for an attack to come at you. That's not the smartest idea. That's usually how you lose a castle. Cutscene time. We can hear the battle.
You're back. Well done. What news of the Char? Sir, we found Bonfast Burntfur and the Char army in a valley to the north. But I'm afraid we were spotted. They come for the wall as we speak.
Yeah, we can hear them. There's just more and more of them are coming. Close the gates, damn you.
There are too many. We'll never hold them back. The wall is lost. We must fall back. Retreat! Retreat!
I think it's a bit too late for some of the men up front. Close the gate behind you, you know, rather than letting that Char in the front door. What is that? What? Guys, there's a Char right there. He's... Kill him, dude! You're just sitting there, guard! What's wrong with you? I think so. I think we got all of the levels, I think, for this mission. I think it's just 2 swords, right? It's not... Sometimes they're 3, but sometimes they're only 2. It throws me off every time. Yeah, here we are. We are now at Fort Rannoch. There is the next mission here that we could do immediately if we so choose, but I think I want to do some side quests. But let's see, it's only 26 minutes in, so it took us about 26 minutes to do that mission. Not the end of the world. Where is a merchant? I do want to see if I can buy just a normal salvage kit, maybe. There's. Identifier kit, highly salvageable. That's promising. Only some 2 iron ingots for something that's considered highly salvageable. My butt. I'm going to sell the junk here. So we're gonna do his while we're here. We're not gonna do the mission immediately. What we could do is we can do mission to mission kind of thing. But I want to do is while we're here, we might as well do these quests in the Regent Valley. You know, do some side quests, and then next episode we can do the Fort Rannoch mission. You know, keep things going that way. And after Fort Rannoch, I know there's some side. There's the main quest that will take us to the mission after Fort Rannoch. That's pretty easy to get to, and then there's also side quests we can do. There's actually a decent amount of side quests in this region over here that we will be doing after Fort Rannoch. So we might do. We'll see how many episodes we dedicate to side quests after we finish with Fort Rannoch. Well, it looks like there is conveniently a side quest here. Prince Rurik is organizing troops to push the Char back past the wall. The beasts have made it all the way back here to Regent Valley, and we're going to clean it out. You can help us by heading southwest to King's Watch and securing the area around the ruins. When it's secure and cleared of all Char, report to Lord Darren. Sounds good to me. And also, as we were further along, our henchmen are now level 6 instead of level 3, making them a bit stronger than before. So this person sells some materials that we might need for later higher level crafting, but we shouldn't need any of them right now. Wow. That's a decent amount of renegades. So, like, you know, considering this is a big existential threat, I'm surprised with this many renegade humans. When it's like, guys, we kind of have, bigger problems right now than, your desire to, like, steal from us. There's, like, Char who will literally try and kill every human around. See, look, there's Char right now killing those humans while your guys are fighting us. I'm pretty sure the Char are more than happy to kill any human that they find. So the fact that you're trying to kill us is just self-defeating. Come on. I was too slow at casting my interrupt skill. I was able to use Life Siphon. Humans. So this guy is going about the same direction as our other missions. Yeah, one's right there. So actually, both of them were right next to us. The ones that we got from super far away. So we might as well do these ones first. I think this one's the closer one. Yeah, let's do this one first. Find Paulus the monk. I'm gonna make sure these guys get screwed over trying to cast spells at us. No Firestorm for you, buckaroo. And I'm gonna cast Clumsiness. That should finish off that weaker one and kill that guy. One thing we rule out the balance is how much we attack the enemy backline and how much the enemy attacks us. Mostly because, unlike with actual players in our party, henchmen will follow you. So the frontline henchman here will follow me instead of defending our backline. Which means, but if I defend our backline, our frontline henchmen won't go attack their backline themselves. So it kind of leads to a bit of an awkward situation all around. I think they both casted Firestorm there. But either way, we killed them with our own Firestorm and backfire for them casting their nefarious spells. Hey, there's Paulus. Well, Mr. Paulus, you look a little down. Dressed in spaghetti. Oh, I was trying to grieve for a man I don't know. Why are you so rude, you damn devourers? Never heard of something called basic human decency? Probably not, considering they're not human, but you know. No excuse. Return the holy symbol to Grasden the Protector. There, let's just do a quick kneel for his body, to remembrance for his dead body as we search his body for stuff. There's no praying, right, in this game? Yeah, we can't pray. I forget, like, there's a lot of, one thing I love about Guild Wars, there's so many emo variety. I just love that level of detail that Arena added to the game with all the emotes. You can do rock, paper, scissors, you can roll your dice, there's different dances for each profession and each gender within those professions. Male, female both have different dances. So, like, for example, this is mine. As the male, there's right? He does this. The female does something a little bit similar, but it's like, similar kind of thing, kind of style of dance, but hers is a little bit more, I don't really know the right word for it. But a little bit more like that. No, that wouldn't really work. I don't really know the best words for it. I'm good with words some of the time, okay? Not all of the time. Oh, conveniently, the renegades did not attack our backline right there. Come back here, buckaroo. These guys almost remind me of elves with the way their hair is and the way they dress. So this is Tauren. Hunt down the... So yeah, we're hunting down the bandit Tauren. Have you heard of... what? Oh, I didn't have enough energy to interrupt his heal skill. I was like, no. There we go, he's dead. Whichever one of you guys seem to be casting a spell, I will interrupt it. Easy as pie. Gario, clumsied. Alright, so now we return to Ambassador Zane for a reward. So, yep. Now we just need to Regent Valley Defense mission, which is way over there. I'm not gonna map travel for it. We'll just walk there, do some exploring of Post-Searing Ascalon of the Regent Valley. There used to be lush forests and running aqueducts and lots and lots of spiders for me to murder. There's now lots of devourers for me to murder. Damn scorpions. Now these things are just like these. Like I wonder, like, is there someone in the arena where it's like, what our favorite thing in the world is? Giant ass scorpions. I think that's what they were like. One thing that's nice with the Carrion is that because it loves to spam Flurry, I can just cast Empathy on it and say goodbye, Scrub Lord. I'm gonna cast Backfire on this one just to finish it off. I'm gonna cast Clumsiness on you, which should affect all three of them. Perfectly done. Our henchmen are doing a good job of keeping alive. Our maid is safely in the back line. Our healer kind of moved up a little bit and got herself hurt. But she's not dead, and that's what's important. I didn't have enough energy to stop his firestorm from attacking our monk. But he's dead anyways, and our monk's not. So that's what's important. There is a bridge over there that should take us towards our destination. I kind of want to do a little bit of exploring. Maybe there might be Ooh, what is that? I kind of want to go in the complete opposite direction of where I need to go, just because I'm kind of curious what's over there. I think that's what we're going to do. Because why not embrace our sense of exploration? You know, any enemies we kill here is assisting Ascalon anyway, so might as well do it. 6 gold coins. What am I getting out of this? A longbow that I can't use effectively. Though I'm actually probably going to keep the longbow. The reason why I probably will keep the longbow is I can use that longbow to fire at adds from maximum range and pull them towards me. That in case there's like 2 groups mixed together, or they're like, you know, or at least very close to each other, that I risk aggroing both of them if by attacking them. I can you know, waylay this problem by using a longbow, attacking one group and then drawing them far enough away that. So this is kind of like this circle around me on my mini map is kind of like my default ag range. Like an enemy reaches in this area, is in this area with me, and they're hostile. I guess that's why they're an enemy. They're hostile, but they will attack me in this area. So over here, I wonder. I might have to come back to this area because I know there's side quests and stuff over here, but I have current side quests to do over here, so we'll have to come back and explore this region later. There's probably gonna be. I know, like there's a town over here. I think that has a lot of side quests for us to explore over here. So I think we're not worried about that one until after Fort Rannoch, because after Fort Rannoch we'll be going a little closer to there, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll come back to that one. And we'll just continue along in the region valley. I killed the whiptail devourers. Actually, that whiptail I don't think spawned in last time. Maybe there's actually is a bit of differentiation in terms of like instances. I usually think of them as being almost exactly the same, just depending on like when you arrive, is the different levels of where the AI is. In terms of like following its route. And lots of renegades to kill once again, but not the end of the world. Interrupted Buckaroo. I'm gonna cast Backfire on him, so that way he'll kill himself by casting his more higher level skills. Yep, I think he just tried casting a skill there and got hit with Backfire. In addition to our friend Stefan here, wailing on him for a couple seconds. One thing I wish that the henchman actually sticks to a target instead of trying to follow who I'm targeting, because I want to try and spread damage around a little bit to make sure like the ones they're focusing, I can hit a different one, and then you know, kind of following that logic. But if they end up just following me anyways, then you know, it makes it harder for me to spread out some damage a little bit to make it so I kill them. We're not going to bother going and killing those guys because the direction we want to go is this way. So this way we will go. Looks like someone's arrived home. It's almost always during, you know, my Guild Wars 1 things is where somebody interrupts or comes home and there's noises. So I'm just gonna close the door. Alright. Yeah, that Carrion Devourer should die. The Carrion Devourers take a little bit longer to die, because they can cast Endure Pain, and Endure Pain increases their health by over 100 health, probably at that level. It can go up. I don't remember the maximum it can go, but it can go pretty high up. So, yeah. Well, I want to see what's over here. It's going to make it take slightly longer, but I am in an explorative mood. I won't lie. When there's an MMO that I actually want to play, that I haven't like. That's the kind of game where I've like tried it out a year ago and stopped because I didn't have enough time to continue it. And I've been kind of wanting to make time to play recently. Now that I'm no longer having to worry about school or anything like that, and is Final Fantasy 14. So I think that one would be. It looks like a pretty cool game, and I like if like the story I can get into, I would love that, because like when I hear about Final Fantasy, you play it for the story and you play it for raids. Well, I like story and I do like raids. The only downside is that one, subscription based game, and also two is the fact that I'm gonna assume that there's a quest that will take me back here one day. That's what I'm assuming is gonna happen. What happens if I touch the Moa nest? But like, I remember like a year and a half ago. No, not even. No, that's actually too long now. Too short now. It was more like about almost 2 years ago at this point, where somebody recommended to me. It's like, oh, you should play an Arcanist, because that one was, because I was describing. Oh yeah, I really like I really like this kind of class, this play style in Guild Wars 2, which is my engineer. And like, oh yeah, this class, the Arcanist, is probably going to be the one that fits most, because I like complex rotations, like a little bit to do a lot of things, and a lot of different things. Like, oh yeah, that one. It's like, great. Now I've also heard that Final Fantasy 14, you can play any class anyways. It's just your first class is the one that what your character's default is. We can technically any class in the first place. So it's not like I'm locked into the decision long term, which is actually something I appreciate. I like having one character that I'm able to do everything on, because like for me in Guild Wars 2, I have 9 characters, but there's only one character I care about. That's my main character engineer. That's the one I do all the story on, all my map completion stuff on. Every other character just exists because I might need it for raids. For example, oh, my group's lacking a druid. I'll play my ranger because it's a druid, to heal. But like engineer is the class that I will always love to play, and that main character is the one that I always play. I also originally it was a female human character that I made because my guild was one characters were female, so I was like, oh, I want to make sure I can make the character that can maybe be able to more easily identify with people who might have known me in Guild Wars 1. And then I'm like, I don't like any of the fashion for this character. Because, like, for me, it's like, I can appreciate skimpy clothing. I'm a man. I appreciate it. But, for me, when it comes to role-playing my character, I'm trying to role-play the character, and I would never dress up skimpy. And I'm like, it's like, I can't find anything that fits my idea of engineer and is not skimpy on this character. So I changed it to a male. I made it like kind of a kind of cool looking engineer character, but I got kind of bored of that look. Admittedly, I'm like, because the ponytail had a color thing in the headband, and I'm like, this color is really restricting me. And so what I did was I was like, you know what, screw it. We're just gonna make the character that looks like me. So I made it like a tall human. Of course, a little bit pudgy, because, I'm pudgy. I'm working on that, but, it's fact of life. Though it doesn't have a beard, because I only started growing this beard last year, because I was like, I'm not going to be seeing a lot of people for for a long time, so might as well take this as an opportunity to try out a beard, because I've been wanting to think about trying to grow a beard for a while. But I was like, I don't know if it'll look good, or if it, be full in. Like, even if it's not as full as I would like it, anyways, even after almost a year of growing it. I'm not letting it grow out like this. I'm trimming it, keeping it letting it slowly grow. I don't plan on being like a big dwarven beard, but something on the face a little bit, and I like it, but I think this is not the way to go. I'm gonna go up here. Under attack. What was I gonna? I was gonna say something, and I lost train. I was talking about beards for some reason. What was I talking about? Why did I go? Oh, it's about the character. One reason why I made it this character is I tried to make him look somewhat like me as best I can with the Mesmer, but Mesmers are way too posh for me. I can never be this posh and stylish. Never. Yeah, that's my main character in Guild Wars 2, and my main character in Guild Wars 1 is a human female Nightfall. I'm not really sure if I really customized her a whole lot. I think when I came to customization of the character, I was like, this kind of looks good, I guess. But I didn't really care about the way the character looked or anything like that. Oh, there's a healer somewhere around here. Yep, there it is. I was like, these guys aren't dying as fast as I would like. I'm gonna ready to interrupt. Good job, me. I interrupt. Fuck you, the other healer guy. I'm gonna charge. Wow, there's 3 healers here. Jeebs. Interrupt his heal skill there. Don't worry. Yes, I got him. I got him. I got him. Man, I'm not gonna lie. When it comes to, and also actually for the Final Fantasy character I made, like part of me wants to actually try and record myself playing Final Fantasy just to get myself into it, but I don't really know if that's really worth it because it's an older game, and also I'm not even sure if I'm gonna stick with the game, which is one reason I don't want to record myself playing it. But you know, it'd actually be the perfect excuse for me to play it is if I record myself so I can experience it, if that makes any sense. But I don't really know if anybody would watch anybody playing Final Fantasy in the story. So it'd be kind of just me playing it anyways. I don't really know what the situation is over there with my other healers. I know hopefully I'm distracting the enemy enough that they are not healing the guy over there. So my henchmen can start joining me over here. He used cast heal area. That's the one skill I want to interrupt too. This one's not quite as important. No, I didn't. I barely didn't have enough mana for it. There we go, sucker. No, the others healed him. What is my henchman doing over there? I don't think there should be anybody really healing him, right? My henchmen are being stupid. What are you guys doing? Why are these guys not dead? You schmucks. Literally, do I have to do all of the work murdering these guys? Look at that. I come over here and instantly 2 dead. 2 dead. How long did it take to get him to kill 1? An infinite number, because apparently they can't do jack shit. Apparently. Alright, now I can go back to over here and start focusing on these guys. But that was just ridiculous. I'm keeping a very close eye out for if he does heal area. He did not use heal area, which meant that his death was assured. Yes, look at that. Look at that. I went back. I got my henchmen. I finished off the enemies that my henchmen could not for the life of them kill by themselves, and now we've cleared up the group. I thought maybe if I, bothered the healers, my henchmen would be able to kill the enemy somewhat effectively. Apparently, I was wrong. Apparently, my henchmen are just useless without me. Damn AI. So on the bright side, I was just getting lost. I was just talking to you guys, having fun, and then I'm just like, this is taking way too damn long. What is going on over here? Maybe, but I also don't want to restart the character because last time I deleted the character because I was like, I don't like your face because I didn't like his face because of the fact that what's the best way to put it? I didn't like his face, because I made it try to make it look like me, but I'm like, the face looks kind of strange on your nose with the nose and everything. I'm like, I think maybe his jaws may be a little too thin for me because I think I made it a little too thin, so I wanted to make it wider. So I deleted. I was like, okay, I'm gonna dedicate 3 hours to playing this game right now. 3 hours is what I decided to dedicate myself to in the game. And what ended up happening was, instead of me playing 3 hours, I'm like, I don't like his face. Let's fix it. Where I just started the character, I'm like, now or never when it comes to fixing this guy's face. But what ended up happening is I deleted the character that I made that morning, and I'm like, oh, it should be no problem. I didn't have a problem making this character before. I shouldn't have a problem now. But because I guess it was like the way the servers work in Final Fantasy 14, it's like now it's full. I'm like, you're kidding me. It's full. I literally just deleted the character to remake it instantly. How is it already this bad? I was already full. And it took me 5 hours. Like, I was going to start at 6. It didn't take me to like 11:30 before it opened up and allowed me to make the character. What I just did in the meantime was, I think I did a bit of D&D preparation, a little bit of reading, and just playing other games instead. But it was still like, I was going to dedicate time. But instead of me being able to dedicate that time to like playing Final Fantasy 14, you know, I ended up having to dedicate that time to something else. And I have not had time to play Final Fantasy 14 because I've been prioritizing, you know, recording videos, uploading the videos, or making thumbnails, you know, responding to comments, that kind of thing. And, you know, all around, you know, just making sure everything's is operating nicely. Also doing D&D preparation, working, you know, doing my raid static stuff, seeing my girlfriend, basically living life. And also a couple of my friends got me to play Divinity Original Sin with them, which on Sundays, which I only recently freed up to play, and then immediately like kind of got filled up a bit. So I was like, I want to try it out and see if I like it or not. Oh yeah, enough about ranting about me and my horrible attempts at scheduling stuff. Because on top of what I'm also trying to do is for example, I could use the free time that during my lunch break after I finish with the recording here. And like recording the 2 videos that I record on Fridays, and while they're encoding on my streaming PC to do them on my gaming PC, play on my gaming PC. I also use that time to exercise, because you know I want to lose weight, I want to gain muscle, and you know, and I don't want to skip out on it, so I use that time instead. So for my health, I haven't played the game that I've been wanting to play for a while. It was weird, man. Enough ranting about another video game. We found the Char. The Char and the Grawl working together. I think the reason why they put a Grawl here working with the Char is because they didn't make a Char healer yet. There's Char healers later on in the game, but they didn't make any yet, so they used the Grawl healers in place of them. So that way the enemies can have healers, and it's a bit of a balancing act. So we completed all of the side quests here. So I guess what we'll do is we will just map travel back to Region Fort Rannoch. We will churn in this quest here to Lord Darren. Hello, Darren. It's a relief to know that King's Watch is secure. Every king of Ascalon, including King Adalbern himself, was crowned on that location. It would be a shame to see it despoiled further. Now, we must finish what we started. Let's retake the wall. That's what the Fort Rannoch mission will be. But first things first. We're going to go back to Sardelek Sanitarium to turn in the quest to Grasden the Whatchamajiggy. Grasden the Protector, right? Yeah, we get Grasden the Protector. Let him know his best friend is dead. Now, one thing I'm gonna do when it comes to like just general scheduling, when it comes to this way of putting it. It's weird. I can hear something a little bit in my ears. It's weird. Not really sure what that popping noise is. I've been starting to notice it a little bit with my headphones, but I don't notice it on my speaker, so I think my headphones are starting to go. I think what's going on here. But what I was gonna say before the popping noise started distracting me is that I want to play more than just Total War and Guild Wars 1 on the channel. So I'm hoping that once I move in June, oh, Paulus is dead. This is grim news indeed. I hear that we may be fighting a losing battle here. Our numbers dwindle while the enemies keep on increasing. I keep telling myself not to give in to despair, but it is getting more difficult with each death that I couldn't prevent. Here, dude. Here. I agree wholeheartedly with that guy. It's definitely hard. This is definitely not an easy war. And spoiler it, but it's kind of been 15 years of the spoiler. Like been about 8 years in the spoiler. I don't really think that in the Guild Wars 1 itself, they don't really say. I don't think they really say which way the direction of the war went in Guild Wars 1 itself. Because like part of the thing is you're still trying to help Ascalon, like even in like later on. But yeah. But in Guild Wars 2 they confirm that it's like part of Guild Wars 2, pre-lore, that Ascalon does end up losing the war, unfortunately, and the Char take over. Filthy Char. No matter what people say about the Char, I still have grudges about the Searing. You will never change my mind about the Filthy Char. You have my sincerest thanks for ridding us of that troublesome Tauren. It gives me hope to see that not all the people of Ascalon are blinded by the troubles of old. May the unseen ones watch over you. And now I'm level 9. I'm a fancy boy. Alright, now let's go back to Fort Rannick. And what we're going to do is call an end to this episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, even with my bit of rambling about free time and schedules and all that jazz. I had fun. I just had fun just talking, playing things, doing a little bit of side quests. And next time we will do the mission at Fort Rannick. We will retake the wall and whatever else comes. Some side quests, perhaps. Maybe something else goes on. We will find out. If you guys liked the video, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Feel free to check out my other videos. And I will see you guys next Friday.